poppin' T Squad? It's your girl Keisha. I'm here with tonight's All to Y'all Shade Married to Medicine Season 6 Episode 14 review. So tonight's episode starts off with Jackie. She's no longer working long hours in order to save her marriage. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Cecil and Simone go out together for a dinner date. He tells her that he loves her and that he knows them all living together again is a huge adjustment for her, and she agrees. And I'm like, how is living with your husband and children a huge adjustment to you? Like, what in the fuck is that about? Now, I can see it being a huge adjustment to be under the same roof with his ass, considering where y'all marriage was, but your kids, bitch, that's a bit much, sis. And I wouldn't know how I would feel about that as their children, like as a child, to hear their mama say that living with you is a huge adjustment. Like, do you not want to be a parent, bitch? Like, what the fuck? So she tells him that she hopes he never puts her in a position to file for divorce again, and he agrees, but she reminds him that she was the one who filed and that he has to own up to the stuff he's done. She don't feel like he understands the magnitude in which he hurt her. Cecil immediately gets this look on his face, y'all, where he's sitting there like, oh shit, we going there? Well, this night is ruined. I ain't getting no pussy. What in the fuck is going on? Like, you see the detriment in his face. Like, he's just like, what in the fuck? Like, he's trying to calculate what to say, how to move forward in this conversation. He like a deer in headlights. Like, he was like, what in the fuck is happening right now? So Simone say it still keeps a little wedge between us. I don't know how I got to a place where I'm laying next to someone who refuses to understand where I'm coming from. Cecil say, I don't get it. It's not a situation where I'm out here with this friend by myself. And Simone, bitch, flips into the poltergeist. And she was like, you went to dinner by your motherfucking self. I was like, God damn, bitch. Cecil like, I did. In her confessional, Simone says last year, Cecil decided to have dinner with her when I had a rough week. My uncle was in the hospital, and where I needed him to be was at home with me. Simone say to him, you're not acknowledging it or validating it. All you're doing is being on the defensive and trying to defend some other motherfucker. It doesn't work. And I was like, well, Jesus Christ, she pissed. So Cecil in his confessional says, I'm sitting here caught off guard because I thought we were in a better place. Like, he don't know what in the fuck is happening. Simone say to him, don't make excuses, because if you continue to do it, we're never gonna get anywhere. Cecil said, I'm not making excuses. And like, y'all, he was behaving like a child who mama told him to go outside and get a switch. Like, he was scared. Like, he was so nervous and tiptoeing over his words. Like, he was just trying to figure out a way to get out of this. It was like breaker 112. Like, somebody said, help Jesus. So Simone say, you are making excuses for a bitch that didn't give a fuck about my marriage, and I'm tired of it. I can't do it anymore. I wrote a love letter that I can't even read to you. And she gets up and grab her bag, honey, and she leave. And Cecil just sitting there looking bewildered. He's flabbergasted. He don't know what just happened, and he genuinely looked scared. Like, I felt bad for him, like, in that moment, because he just looked like a frazzled individual. And from what I took from that was two things. Simone could have been behaving one or two ways. The first way was they were sitting there having a conversation, and anybody that's been in a relationship with someone and has gone through things with someone and has repeatedly told them how something hurts them, and they always make excuses for their behavior, doesn't validate how you feel or brushes you off, and anytime that subject comes up and you feel like they're still doing the same thing and it gets to a point where you just explode, I feel like either that was the case where she was just tired of him disregarding her emotions and she just fucking flipped because it's a sensitive subject in their marriage, or I felt like she was putting on front of the cameras. It could have been either or, because it was just like they sitting down, they was having a good time, and boom, bam, it was just like shit went left so fucking fast. But I kind of feel like it was the latter, where she felt like he was once again just making excuses for the shit that was going on between him and this woman. Because even in that moment, he was like, I don't understand what I did wrong. And then every time she made a point, he validated. He was like, yeah, you're right. I did do that. Da, da, da. Like, it got to just get to a point where he's like, I was wrong. I fucked up. I did put this individual before you in our marriage, and I fucked up, and I have to do whatever I need to do to fix this. It wasn't, I think for Cecil, he feels like because I didn't fuck her, I didn't do anything wrong. But in all actuality, it's harder when it's an emotional affair. He had an emotional affair on Simone with his best friend. He talked to this girl. He told her things about their marriage. He was closer to her than he was to his own wife. And that's now how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be the closest with your spouse. So I understand where Simone is coming from in this situation. So Contessa tells her daddy that she wants him to come to Atlanta to see them, because she misses him. Mariah takes Lauren to see my favorite Project Runway All-Star winner, Anthony Williams. Hey, babe! She wants him to help her transition Lauren into a teen. I mean, this is just every girl's dream for their mother to take her to a designer, to have clothes personally picked out for them, and to do a whole fashion show and to get like one-of-a-kind fashion. So shout out to Lauren. It was so cute. The outfits were darling, like just so sickening. So Toya calls Simone because she wants the girls to go to a winery together on another girls trip. Simone says, should you be planning another trip after Antigua? She wants to have another chance since she felt like the Antigua trip didn't really go well. She even calls and invites Contessa personally. Toya does. So Heavenly meets with Mariah at a church to discuss their issues. Mariah say, I want to know, what did I do to you so I never do it again? Heavenly say, lies. And Mariah say, I've never lied on you, Heavenly. And I'm like, okay, the Damon thing happened this season. Heavenly and Mariah have been into it for the last 2 or 3 seasons. So I don't even remember how this beef started. I don't even remember where it all stemmed from. I feel like from what I do recollect and remember is that Heavenly was the one that started with Mariah, or maybe I'm tripping. I don't remember. I do remember that Mother's Day event where Mariah kind of put Heavenly on blast, but I remember they was already into it before that. So I don't even remember how the shit started. So Mariah said, I repeated what somebody said. That was called retaliation. You talked about my husband's penis. You never slept with my husband. They show a clip where Mariah states that Aydin overcompensates because he's not a black man. And that does not necessarily mean that she was saying that her husband had a small penis. I feel like she was saying that he probably overcompensates in the bedroom by being extra and going the extra mile and doing too much to make sure that he satisfies her. That's what that could have meant. And even we don't even know in the context of what the conversation was, because we didn't see what was said before that. It could mean other things, that he tries to compensate for being, you know, an Indian man and not being black. So we don't even know what the context of the conversation was. But even if it was a sexual conversation they was having, it could have meant that he probably does too much in the bedroom to, you know, make sure that he, you know, arouses her, stimulates her, and satisfies her. So Heavenly say, let's agree to disagree. You know, I've learned that I have a lot of suppressed memories. You know, what was revealed is that you remind me a lot of my sister. I always was the smart and successful one, and she always was envious of that. And I'm like, you are not telling the truth, sis. You told that goddamn therapist that your sister was a pretty and popular one, sis. Stop it. Mariah say, I don't know what the similarities are, because she look like, bitch, I'm not jealous of your success. Like, what? She said, but that's not who I am. Is it a possibility that you had your mind set from the moment we met? You always said you wasn't going to really care for me. Heavenly said, I was just saying what I meant. I was just saying when I met you, who was this? And then she realized that she in a fucking church, and she like, oh shit, like I'm about to cuss the church. She like, Mariah was like, bitch, you cannot be cussing in church, Heavenly. So Mariah said, you know, take a moment to get to know me. Heavenly said, you know, well, maybe we should have just talked about this earlier. You know, I take complete fault in that. Mariah said, me too. They plan to work on their relationship from here moving forward. And I hope that they keep this truth, because I'm tired of Heavenly and Mariah going back and forth. So the girls gather for the winery trip, and Quiet is on time. Hallelujah. Dr. Gary pretty self is there for no fucking reason, because she ain't did shit. She just fucking a pretty accessory at this point. Mariah tells them that she's on call because Aydin is under the weather. Contessa and her new titties arrive, baby, and she is making sure she showed them B-cups off. So in Simone's confessional, she says that Cecil and I argued all the way home from our date. Things are just awkward at home. Simone suggests they all need to say what they're going to work on. She says that she needs to stop being so loud and cussing at them all the time. And I 100% agree with that. Contessa say, I need to learn to meet people where they are. Toya say, so what's your fault? Because that don't sound like a fault for real. But Contessa goes on to explain herself, and she said, that is a fault. I just feel like I'm being matter of fact, and maybe they're not ready to receive that. And what I took from what Contessa was trying to say is that I'm a too blunt and outspoken of a person. I need to learn how to fall back and keep my thoughts and opinions to myself. That's what she was trying to say. Simone say, you know, we need to see what we can do better instead of criticizing and talking about other people. Contessa say, I don't talk about people behind their backs though. Toya say, see, that's a lie. She brings up the chess incident that happened in Antigua and says that Scott completely lied to everyone. Contessa say, my husband didn't lie, and if you actually feel some way about hitting me, you would have checked on me. And y'all know I've said that 50 million times that she should have called and checked on that girl after it happened, but she didn't. Toya say, lies, your husband is a liar. Contessa say, you calling my husband a liar, how am I supposed to respond? Because it sounded to me like you want to get choked. Baby, I hollered. Contessa is for the shits. Toya stand up like she want to fight, and so does Contessa. Toya say, come on, bitch. Contessa, you think you're scary? I squash people like you for fun, and you better watch your words and not talk about my husband. Y'all, Contessa punked and checked the shit out of Toya, and I was so happy to see it. Toya fell back so motherfucking fast. She ain't say shit else after that. She don't want that smoke with Contessa. Contessa was ready to whoop Toya's ass, and Toya needs her fucking ass whooped because she has been a bully to that woman all fucking season. Well, I'm not gonna even say bully because I hate saying grown people bullying other grown folks. She was being a bitch to her all season for no fucking reason. So Mariah like, kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. So they arrive at the winery, and if you've never been to a winery, plan a trip to a winery with your girlfriends or with your man. It is a wonderful experience. I can't wait to go back to another one, even though I don't even fucking drink. But just the ambiance and the scenery of it all is everything. So Jackie don't participate. She says because she trying to make sure that everybody stay on task and there don't be no fights, and she got to make sure she there to break everything up. But really it's because of the calorie count with that bitch. So they sit at the table, and Contessa is still riled up from what happened on the bus. And she say, if we're talking about things we need to defend, is if we're talking about husbands being liars and stuff, one thing I haven't said is you always talking about your husband's weight and how he needs to lose weight to be healthier. But to me, you guys are in the same exact place. Y'all, my mouth dropped. I was like, did she really just say that? Did she really just go there? I was like, I don't know what they got to do with husbands lying, bitch. But that was the read of the century. She said, you and him have the same BMI. Toya just sit there speechless. She looked like she low-key wanted to cry. But somebody needs to tell her ass about herself. Because, like, girl. So Simone said, Contessa, this is an example of an add-on. Like, bitch, shut up. Quad said, you were wrong to think she tried to hit you on purpose. Contessa looks at Toya and say, well, maybe we just need to move on. And Toya just look at her and roll her eyes because her feelings was hurt because she called her fat. Contessa gathered that bitch and threw her away. So they head to the next location. Mariah gets a call from Aydin saying his headache is worse and he's heading to the ER. Simone tells Jackie about her and Cecil's date from hell. Simone say, you know, whenever he defends her to me, it takes me to a bad place. Jackie say, I don't want you to keep projecting on the Cecil what your feelings are and making that his feelings. I want you to simply say that hurts me. So Mariah gets another call from Aydin saying that they admitted him in the ER in the hospital. She instantly starts crying and says she'll be there soon. So she wipes her face. She goes back out to the ladies. They like, where you been? And she comes out and tells them that he has viral meningitis. And I was like, God damn, I know that that's something bad. I ain't know what the fuck it was, but Contessa goes on to tell us that he can cause blindness, death, all kind of shit. And I was like, God damn. So they instantly just rush over her like, girl, it's gonna be all right. They hug her. They get on the bus. They like, girl, we going with you to the hospital. Quad even tell her he gonna be all right. And I was just like, girl, Jesus be a fence. Like that was scary. So the episode went off after that. I give tonight's episode of Married to Medicine an A. It was very entertaining. Next week is the season finale. I'm ready for this reunion, bitch. I'm ready for all the tea to be spilled. Once again, Spill the Tea will be back next Saturday. It will be a pre-recorded episode because my live feeds have been acting up here recently. So I will see you guys Sunday for my Real Housewives of Atlanta review. Thank you all for the birthday wishes for my son on Instagram, on the YouTube community page, Facebook, all of that shit. Thank you guys so much. I really truly appreciate it. I'm so happy and thankful that God blessed my baby with another year on this earth. He turned 19 years old today. We're going to celebrate Sunday with a rather big event in our lives that I'll talk about later on when he feels comfortable with me talking about it with you guys. But it's something very monumental for him and myself. So I'm just thankful and grateful for this time and this period and space in our lives. Love you guys so very much. Have a safe and blessed weekend. Have a lot of fun, a lot of sex, bitch, and eat some good food and rest. Love you guys. Bye.